Divine greetings, Masters. Very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon, everyone. This is Madhu Soni, welcoming you all to Light and Soul Meditation English Group. Thank you for being here and sharing your time, space, and energy with each other, Masters. And very warm welcome to all the Masters, old and new. And let us first give our gratitude, respects, and regards to the Masters, and then we are going to start the session. So, with great respects and regards to all the Masters, gratitude to each and every Master, to all the divine beings, for all the resources, for all the protection that they give us, for the support, the togetherness, the care, love, and wisdom that they give us. We are really, really grateful to all the Masters, to all the divine beings. We ask and pray to you that your grace and blessings, good wishes be every time on all of us. We ask and pray to all the divine beings, to all the divine masters, divine feminine, masculine, to all the masters from the spiritual realm, angelic realm, astral realm, masters who are the ascended masters, Param Guru Mandali masters, Saptrishi Mandal masters, the Siddhas, the teachers, healers, mentors, gurus, our great grand master, Pitamaha Brahma Rishi Patriji, Mahavatar Babaji, our ancestors, masters from all the kingdoms. Thank you so much for all the guidance, support, and also the wisdom and knowledge that you got. You have shared with all of us. Please take care of us. Please share the messages, reveal the messages to us, and guide us. Guide us on the path of truth and honesty. Guide us for the alignment that we need in our lives with the soul plan purpose, and also align us with the highest timeline that we have set for our incarnations, for our lives. Thank you so much. Please be connected with us always. We ask and pray to you to connect with your consciousness, wisdom, and knowledge. We ask and pray to you to help us all the time, wherever we need, whenever we need your guidance, support. We ask that you may be always be with us. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you. Gratitude to all the Masters who are present here today, old and new, for all the meditators. Thank you. Thank you for your precious time, space, and energy. So, Masters, very warm welcome to, to all of you. I ask to everyone to open your videos if you can. It would be helpful to me. And thank you. Thank you, Nina ji, Abhimanyu ji, Asha ji, Sonal ji, Homa ji, Nirja ji. And who else? Pushpa ji is also there. Sonal ji is also there. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Masters, today we will be talking about brain and its working. Basically, Nina ji had requested this, that she would like to know about, discuss the brain and heart coherence. So when we talk about brain and heart coherence, first I would like you all to know about brain. So how brain works, what brain is an organ and how does it work? So we are going to discuss first about the brain. So that's why I have decided to, go ahead with two parts, or maybe more. We don't know right now, but the first part is the brain and its working. So let me share the slide with you all, and then we'll go ahead, Masters. Yes, here it is. Okay. So I should have given a brain's picture, but anyhow, that's okay. So brain and its working. Just prepared a little bit of slide here for all of you. So this is the human, basically human brain. This is the brain anatomy where every other part is colored, and you can see the colored part with the name there given there. So these are some of the things, when we talk about the frontal lobe, this is called the frontal lobe. Okay, these are the temporal lobe where our temples are, right? This side, this is basically used for hearing, right? Mostly hearing. And these are connected with our ears and sinuses, right? And nostril as well. But the frontal lobe is connected with the higher mind, here. This is the higher mind. And the occipital lobe is behind. Occipital, when as the name goes, the nerves that are connected to your eyes they go back to the brainstem area, this region. And the basically, the smaller brain is called the cerebellum, which is the lower part here. and it is connected. If you can see the orange color down there, light orange, it is connected to your spinal cord. Parietal lobe is this part where your frontal lobe ends and parietal lobe begins, with the blue color, and occipital lobe is behind here. So this is your parietal lobe. Okay. And so just a small description. We are not going to go too much detail into all of this, but still would like to you all to know how it works. So brain as an organ, and brain as organ, human brain is very sophisticated. It is definitely with lot of nerves are beneath the brain, inside the brain, and it works day and night continuously. It's just like a machine. We think so much, right? So day and night, from the moment we are born till the time we die, the brain continuously working. We say, sometimes people do say, she's brain dead, he's brain dead, whatever. The point is, until your heart stops, you think that if the heart is working, everything is okay. Sometimes the brain, some people do say the brain is dead. Anyhow, so every machine needs oiling, every machine needs a rest, otherwise it will become hot. And from time to time, when we are under a lot of stress, under a lot of thinking, our brain also becomes hot. It goes into headache, right? And sometimes it's so sophisticated. Sometimes, somebody said something to us, and what happens? We feel that, they said something that emotionally was not okay, or they hurt us, and that is why our brain starts thinking, and that particular part, wherever that is affecting us, that part starts paining, right? So the it actually also helps with a lot of things, so lot of hormones, receptors. There are pineal gland, pituitary gland, hypothalamus inside the brain, behind your eyes. So many things, we try to think with our brain, we try to understand, we do the logical reasoning and all those things, analytical reasoning. Our brain processes so much. So all perception, whatever we see, we think, basically we perceive. Perceive meaning perception is what we see, right? Perceive. And what we understand from it. After seeing what we understand from it, that is called your perception. What do you basically your view about something, your perception, how you saw something, then you have an understanding to it, but actually how you perceive is also associated with whatever you are born and brought up with. The way you think is also depending on your habits, your sanskars, and how you have been living your life, how what you have seen, what were your experiences. So maybe those certain things you haven't seen and you don't know, or you don't have any experience of that. Definitely your perception will be much, not clearer, I would say. I am not going to say that it is right or wrong. Your perception according to you is always right, right? But as you start knowing things, your perception changes. The way you perceive things also changes. The way you understand things changes. The way you feel, and the way you, 1 second, masters. Lot of noise by home. 1 second. So anyhow, let me go ahead again. So that is what we have seen, like whatever in our lives had happened, the perception depends on that. Then all perception is the result of the electrical impulses in the brain. The world of the individual is tantamount to a highly advanced computer running and analyzing programs in its working memory. Now there is a lot of memory to be processed from childhood till now. Whatever we have seen, it becomes our memory. Whatever we have lived, it becomes our memory. But not only that, our brain is so sophisticated, so complicated, but it is so miraculous also. And we have, when we start getting a lot of other worldly messages, metaphysical messages from the metaphysical world, we also come to know about our past lives, so many things, right? Just imagine a person who, certain people, when their spinal, cerebrospinal fluid, basically when the energy increases of a person, when you start elevating yourself, awakening yourself, ascending, your energy also increases. When your energy increases, it goes through all the chakras, it comes to your spine, it goes up and then brainstem, and then it enters your brain also. What happens in your pineal gland? Pineal gland actually is basically, they have light crystals. There's a chemical called DMT. I think dimethyl something. Let me just remind myself again. So the point is, the DMT chemical is helping you to see many things that might be related to your past lives, and also that might be related to, something that is coming into your future. So your brain has a very important part to play here. You start knowing about your future, you can prophesize, you can work with your brain, you can start moving things. That is also called telekinesis, right? You can talk telepathically to someone, but it was because the energies that you are getting, basically the energies in your body are increasing, ascending, elevating, and you start getting lot of visions. So, but that is the extrasensory perception, right, that you have. But here we are talking about the brain. So when we talk about brains, when we measure the impulses, basically the electrical impulses, we talk about the brain in the terms of the electricity. Kind of the energy that is associated with brain is electrical energy, electricity energy. So that is what is being radiated through your brain. So the world is basically, it is whatever we see, we have an understanding towards it, and we start analyzing through our brain as if it's a mother computer, I would say, that is there inside our brain, and it remembers so many things. And there might be certain things that if I tell you, okay, remember the time when you used to go to your first school. What is your first school? You will have very maybe some people might be having good memory, and they might remember everything, every detail to the T. uh, but some people, maybe they might not remember that, but they might be remembering glimpses from their life. So the brain works by converting the data, incoming data, into images. So we have this beautiful thing called brain, which is basically helping us. So whatever we see through our eyes, it goes inside the brain to process, and then all those incoming data is turned into those images, all thoughts. So suppose if I say, like as I just told you, remember your first day in your school, in your first school. So maybe it might took like it might have taken you, your memory might have gone into the childhood days, and you might be remembering, and then those images will also pop up, right? How it's so complicated, right? So sophisticated, something magical, miraculous happening inside your brain at this time. So all thoughts in your head have a corresponding form, but the reality is formless. So basically, the reality is formless, and when whatever we see, we start creating those images inside our brain. So forms are products of your perception, not the reality. So how you perceive things is how you are creating, and that is why dreams are also based on basically whatever you have desired, whatever you desire, that also can be created through your dreams. Whatever is there in your subconscious mind, whatever you felt, whatever desired, what do you need, and all those things can be created through your brain. So brain is a very complex structure, I would say, but it is still um, you know many of the forms that we perceive are created in the inside the brain. So that is what. And maybe some certain things are not real, so it's very important to have a saneful mind, have sanity. And sometimes it becomes very difficult to keep that sanity because of stress, day-to-day life, work, and all those things. So brain is our integral part of the human psychology, and it contains 60% fat. So if you see here what I have put in the slides, 60% of the fat is basically our brain contains 60% of the fat, remaining 40% is water. So proteins, carbohydrates, and salts are there in the 40%, but 60% has to be fat. Why it has to be? Because for the proper working of the brain. So I actually saw a research recently, and in that they said people with high cholesterol have good working in their, basically their brain works very nicely. Maybe they might be fat, they can't move, but and very good. But whenever you have less fat, in your eating habits, basically, that actually affects your brain working also. So some people do say that we should diet and we should do that, this and that. But people with high cholesterol definitely see how their brain works. Definitely they might be having different way of doing things, but drinking water is also very important, having protein diet, carbohydrates, but not everything should be, imbalanced. Everything should be in balance. So brain is not a muscle. It contains blood vessels, nerves, which includes neurons and glial cells. The working of the brain is very complex, and it controls thoughts, emotions, feelings, memory, touch, hearing, vision, hunger, motor skills, temperature, and many other processes that are being regulated by brain. So the central nervous system constitutes brain and spinal cord, and we do have these parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system, right? So the brain, basically, there is gray and white matter in the brain. We do say, and it constitutes the central nervous system, which is in the brain. So the gray matter in the brain, when we talk about brain, the gray matter is outside and the white matter is the outer darker point. White matter is inside, the lighter and the inner part, right? Is the inner part is white, or the lighter part, but the outer part is darker, which is called the gray matter. But in the spinal cord, it is opposite. So when we talk about spinal cord, the spinal cord will have the gray matter inside and lighter matter outside. So here again, the picture is, you can see. So just to understand, I have, put all the details here, Master. So gray matter is outside in the brain. You can see the white matter, and then the ventricle, the basically a space kind of thing, little bit of that is there. And then with basic ventricle is kind of an opening. And here in the spinal column, if you, it's a, cross section of the spinal column. And if you cut it like suppose this is the spinal column, okay, this is the spinal column. Can you see that? Yeah. So now when you cut it from here, so that dorsal basically, so dorsal is the posterior part, basically. Ventral is the anterior. So frontal part. Now the point is, the white matter is outside in the spinal column and the gray matter is inside. So just to show you, and how the spinal nerves attached to the spinal cord, it can be seen, right? Now, as you can see, so these are the somatic cells, basically soma here, and Abhimanyu ji must be laughing when I'm teaching. I'm also a bio student, but he's a biology teacher, and he's also the principal now. So, and if I do any mistake, please correct me, Abhimanyu ji. Anyhow, gray matter is mainly composed of neuron somas, the round central bodies, which is thick and looks dark in color. White matter is mostly made of axons. It is the long stems which connect neurons together. So these are the axons that connect the neurons together. And so gray matter is basically it contains the neuron somas, the round central cell bodies, which is thick, right? Myelin is the protein, basically. So it's a protective coating that is there. So wrapped in myelin. So, and that is why they look lighter and white in color. Each region serves a different role. Gray matter is responsible for processing. So your gray matter is outside. Okay, white matter is inside. Gray matter, what does it do? It does the processing and interpreting information, while the white matter transmits that information to other parts of the nervous system. So the inside white matter actually transmits the messages, the information to different nerves, and that is how the whole body gets the messages. So your brain receives the messages through your vision, eye, whatever you perceive, whatever you see, whatever you hear, feel, memory, anything, touch, even touch also, right? So and whatever you get, those are basically sent in the form of impulses to the inside of that white matter, and you start understanding that the white matter basically interprets it, processes it, and sends it inside the white matter, and then where the white matter transmits that information to other parts of the nervous system and helps in communication. So brain sends and receives chemicals as well as electrical signals all throughout the body. So brain actually sends the electrical signals. Different signal control different processes of the body as your brain interprets every single signal. Some make you feel tired, for example, while others make you feel pain, and some might helps you feel peace and calm. Some messages are kept inside the brain, while others are sent through the spine across the body's vast network of nerves to faraway extremities. The central nervous system relies on billions of neurons and nerve cells. So there are two other like nerve system, that is the sympathetic nervous system when we are active during the waking time, and when we work, when we go out and we talk and we are awake basically, that time the sympathetic nervous system is working. But as we are going and doing meditation, or as we go and sleep, the parasympathetic nervous system becomes active. And that time when we meditate, the hormones are also basically you know, we start releasing those hormones. So that is why it is very essential that this melanin, that we need. So it also cut down on stress and lot of other things, and it is very important. So the sleeping time should be early. Sometimes we actually sleep very late. Mostly I do, and it is not okay. But we have to concentrate on time also. So parts of the brain are the main parts are cerebrum. Then cerebellum is the lower part of the cerebellum. The top part is the cerebrum. Brainstem is the medulla oblongata, the brainstem region, this. And most of the time, this is what we talk about, that the spinal cord is connected to the brainstem. And then, so cerebrum is the outer part of the brain that controls movement, coordination, temperature, speech, vision, touch and hearing, judgment, thinking, reasoning, problem solving, emotions, and learning. The cerebral cortex divides the brain into right hemisphere, so the middle part. So the cerebral cortex divides the brain into the right hemisphere and the left hemispheres of the brain. So brainstem is the midbrain. It has the pons and the medulla. Cerebellum is also known as the little brain, the smaller brain. It has the inner portion, communicates with the cerebral cortex, and the outer portion area which contains neuron. So the cerebrum is also the part, and the brainstem, it also helps you with the coordination, with your hand movements and all those. So all those things. And also we have the occipital lobe here also, right? With the eye, the nerves of the eyes are connected with this, the backside. Here, if you see, there are the prefrontal cortex, and the pituitary gland is a pea-sized gland, very small. I can't enlarge it more, masters, but I hope you can all see. If you want to enlarge, you can see. So this is this yellow color gland. If you can see, this is the pituitary gland. The amygdala is behind that, and this is the brainstem in the yellow here. And the hippocampus is also here. Cerebellum is here. Hypothalamus. Anyway, let's just go. Hypothalamus is what we talk about most of the time with pituitary gland, and pineal gland. So pineal gland is also here, here only I would say. And it's a very small pea-sized gland. Okay, maybe in the, is it here? No. Okay. So brain working. So lobes of the brain, frontal lobe, parietal lobe, occipital lobe, and temporal lobe. So these are the deeper parts of the brain are the pineal gland, pituitary gland, amygdala, hippocampus, hypothalamus, ventricles, and cerebrospinal fluid. So the cerebrospinal fluid basically flows from your spine and goes into your cerebrum and cerebellum. So that's why the fluid that comes inside your brain is it is called the cerebrospinal fluid, and also in the spinal column. The human brain, basically, whenever we are in the waking state, as I said, right, we were talking about that waking state and sleeping state. So these are like how, when during meditation time, what happens mostly, our brain is, when we are in that alert awake state, our brain is in that beta state from 13 to 32 hertz, where, we can concentrate, uh, basically, um, we understand things. So cognition, cognition theory is also cognition memory. And also we understand, we say that clear cognizance. Sometimes we understand without somebody telling us anything. So we understand because of the brain and certain electrical impulses being sent, and we receive what we understand. It's all about the cognition memory. Then the alpha is the state where you are in that relaxed state, mostly during the time when we are waking, from sleep to the waking state. That is the time we are in that alpha state. So the brain waves are little sluggish. If you can see the beta, it's more zigzag up and down, and it's very near. Even the gamma is very, like, you get inside peak. It's the highest frequency, the hertz, 32 to 100 hertz. But when you go down to beta and um, well, in gamma, I'll come to that later, but it is that expanded consciousness state. Here in beta, you are alert, you are concentrating on, you can concentrate on, you can understand the topic very well. In alpha, you are in a much relaxed state. You can visualize, you can dream, so that time we do say that this is the time when you can affirm, you can manifest things or put intentions. So that is the time you are basically visualizing things, relaxing yourself, and you are in that creative state. So your creativity is very high at that time. So whatever you think, you visualize, that manifests very quickly in that alpha state. That is the frequency of 8 to 13 hertz. So when you go into theta, when we go deep into meditation, when we are going into trance, that time our intuition works, our memory is very, it can retain. So visualizing all those things in that theta state, you are going into trance, you are meditating in the deep, deep state. So that is from 4 to 8 hertz. Your brain waves are now more sluggish. You can see according to brain waves. Then you go into delta. Basically, you are detached from awareness and you are in that healing yoga nidra state, sleeping state. So here you are in that delta state, and that is also very healing. So every other brain wave, the brain waves, the hertz that you see, is basically giving you healing. When the brain waves are more sluggish, basically, that time we are healing ourselves, right? So delta is also here. Sometimes when we say, when our frequency, when our energy rises, our frequency rises mostly when we work with our brain and heart together. We can go into gamma also, masters, 32 to 100 hertz. It's very, through meditation, we can achieve this state. So we get insights at that time when we start connecting with the source, and we get this um, peak awareness state where we are connected with the higher dimensions. We get, lot of messages, revealing messages, expanded consciousness. When we start understanding things in a jiffy, we can understand everything. And this is also a very healing state, which is not easy to reach, but you can through meditation. But here you are totally connected with the divine, you are totally connected with the source energies. But here in the delta state, when we come down totally on the lower scale, zero, um, uh, basically 0.5 to 4 hertz. That is the time where we are detached from awareness. We don't go, like, basically in the samadhi state also that happens, and we don't remember who we are. We don't know what we want. We don't desire anything. And we go deep, deep into meditation where we don't even remember that this is our physical body. But this is the time when our body is healing. So yoga nidra state is also very healing. Okay. So, like, some time back, we have spoken about our conscious mind and the subconscious mind. So, if you can see this picture of this glacier on the left side, you can see the glacier, the top part that is above the ocean is basically the conscious mind, which is 10%. The analytical mind is on the surface, and then going down is your subconscious mind, which is 90%. So, your subconscious mind holds major part of your consciousness, basically of your mind. And that is where you have so many things in your subconscious mind which is suppressed. We have suppressed, we know, we felt something, we have certain memories, we forgot something for a while, but your subconscious mind retains everything. Basically, me telling you that, okay, suppose for example, if I say, okay, Nina ji, let's go for let's go and have some chaat filki, or let's go together, have some fun, let's go for ice cream. So from here to, the mall or somewhere, wherever we are going, suppose me and Nina ji are going together in the car. So we are talking, and on the way, we are going through this wonderful road where there are shops on the either side of the road. And then After a while, we have to, stop at the traffic signal, and then we have to take a left or U-turn or whatever turn. But the point is, we reach to the mall and then we start with the ice cream eating or chaat eating, whatever it is. The point is, when I come back and I ask Nina ji, what did you saw during the way? Like when we were on the road, what did you saw? So when I ask her, she might remember a few things, definitely few things, or maybe more things according to her memory power, according to her retaining power, whatever she has seen. So her subconscious mind will actually recall everything and will tell her. Maybe she did not concentrate on all those things, but she would say, yeah, when I went there, I saw there were like shops on the either sides of the road. People were walking, doing this, some were moving the car. So many details, which I did not even ask, but she would be able to supply me with all those details. So meditation basically will help our brain and also the physical body, our mind, soul, and expand our consciousness. Consciousness is our basically whatever we understand, whatever we are retaining and have an understanding towards it, an expanded awareness, expanded way of thinking, and which also gives us knowledge. It increases our intellect. Meditation helps slow the brain waves from beta, alpha, theta, and delta, and gamma. Now, when we are in anxiety and stress, that is high beta state. When we are in anxiety, so just imagine when we are anxious about something, we assume something and we become anxious, mostly with the children, with our family. Maybe our family is living very far away, and what do? We start making things, assuming things. I hope if, like, suppose if I call my mother, or if you are calling your mother or your father or anyone from your family when you're living far away, what happens? You call them and they don't pick up the phone. The call is actually continuously you're ringing, it is ringing, but nobody is picking the phone. You start assuming things, you start thinking negative, and you start, I hope they are okay. Your mind has the power to create that reality because continuously that electrical impulse is being sent, and you start thinking so many things. So whenever we are in that state, what is the state of our brain, the how the brain waves works? Can you see it is the first one is the anxiety stress state. We are in that high beta state. That time when we are in anxiety and stress, when we are in the wake state, our sympathetic nervous system is active. That time we are releasing cortisol hormone. That is for, it actually gives us cholesterol problem issues, or stress. It gives us a lot of fat in our tummy area, thighs, and people do have, when they have stress, they do get tummy fat, thigh fat, or even on the backside of their neck. So when you are in that beta state, when you are focused and when you are executing things, when you are focused, concentrating on a certain topic, how your mind is working, that is your analytical mind masters. How your brain is working, you can see the waves. It's a little nicer than the anxiety stress state, the high beta state, where you are releasing the cortisol hormone. When you are in the rest, relax, and uh, that state where you are basically relaxing, alpha state, what happens? You have more solutions to yourself. You can do much work. You can find solutions to your problems. So that alpha state is moreover during the time when we are waking or you are going into meditation, that time, right? Intuition is high when you are in the theta state, where you are actually going in that deep meditation and you are transcending, right? You start getting more intuitive messages, you get more insights, clarity, your creativity also increases because you are finding solutions now. More than that, you become more creative, right? So that is your theta state, 4 to 7 hertz, and your brain waves are more sluggish at this time. Sluggish meaning they are more in that soothing state, right? Deep sleep and healing state is the delta state, where you are in that yoga nidra state. You are in the deep sleep state, especially during the night time. Also, even time when you are meditating, you are actually healing your body, the whole body, mind, and soul, right? So, gamma state is the time when we are working continuously, and also we have, suppose for example, you start working, okay? Suppose for example we take cleaning at home. So what do? Or maybe you are working in the garden, or maybe you are working in your office, whatever the case may be. You just started working. As soon as you went to your office, you started your day. So At the start of the day, you might start little slow. But as you progress throughout the day in the work, what happens? You start working fast. Your flow is great. Even people who are software engineers, what they do as soon as they start, they are not, they will start, they will put their key, they will put the password, and then they start, and then you are going to start looking into things, and then you make a plan. Okay, I need to work on this today, and then slowly you start thinking, and then all the keyboard starts, you are using the keyboard. Very similar to that, even at home for women, the day starts with cleaning their house, cleaning the kitchen, and then putting tea or coffee, whatever. And then once you get your tea intake, or once you start drinking water, you have to rush, and then the tiffin starts happening. You have to cook the food for everyone, putting things together, making your child ready, whatever the case may be. So you go into those states, gamma state. That is your 30 to 100 hertz state. That is your flow. Peak performance is when you are actually leaving your daughter to school, or your child to school, or you are getting ready and going to office. And then, so many of the states are there where you're rushing through, and you're actually, So during the time when you are actually mostly at the end of the task, and have very less time to finish that time, you can see your flow, your peak performance. So this is just a way for me to explain. I won't go too much into detail here. We already have spoken about this. Okay. But still, I can just read. Okay. Delta is the slowest brain wave, right? So at this time, you are in this reduced awareness state. You are in that sleep state also. Theta is also another slow brain wave that increases when we are awake but focusing internally, daydreaming, right? Alpha is the state frequency of your brain reaches when it is relaxed. The brain is alert but not actively processing information. Beta is the brain reaches this frequency when it is alert and needs to process external information. Gamma is your brain reaches this frequency range when it is at peak concentration. Your concentration is so high that it can't be wavered. You can do 3, 4 things at a time, okay, at that time, because you know what you are doing and you have that concentration power. So during meditation, the most common frequencies, an electroencephalogram, EEG, will detect our relaxed state theta. So during meditation, the EEG has, we have people have researched, and they have done this EEG thing, and you can see that during that theta state, our brain is at this relaxed state theta and alpha waves, and as a result, the average levels of beta waves tend to decrease. So beta is the waking state, and they do those decrease, and that we enter into the parasympathetic nervous system state, where we start unblocking our nerves, and we start the hormones also. The pineal gland actually starts releasing dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. All these are happy hormones. It makes us feel good, right? So these hormones, they are being secreted during that theta state, alpha waves, during the time, morning time, when we are just waking, in that time also. And so this is very helpful. So the incredibly complex, highly advanced part of the brain and the more primitive part of the brain don't always work together easily. So what is mentioned here, the incredibly complex, highly advanced part of the brain and the more primitive part of the brain don't always work together easily. It's like trying to install Windows 10 on a 5-year-old laptop. So sometimes, the newer things, the advancements, and the way you have been doing things, the old way of your ways, your habits, the old way of doing things, sometimes they don't gel together. So you have to basically, at that time, your brain becomes slow. Your performance will also decrease, right? 1 second, masters. Okay, I think we are done. I thought it is still there, but I hope. So here now, when I'm telling you all this, masters, 1 second. Yeah. So as I told you here now, so this is very important to understand. Your brain actually is sending electrical impulses. Your heart sends magnetic radiation, basically magnetic energy, right? So tomorrow we will learn about our magnetic, energy, how that works, and then we'll combine them together. Okay, masters. So far so good. I hope it was not boring for you all. Little theoretical, but also understanding. You might all have gotten understanding. How many of you heard, or how many of you meditated at this time when I was talking? Because you have closed your windows, masters, the Zoom windows. Can you all open? Can anybody tell me how was what you felt when you were understanding? It would help me to understand you so that I understand what was okay for you and what you didn't understand. So, oh, come on. Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry. I did that. Yes, you are muted. Yes, but you can raise your hand, masters. Okay. We
Yeah.
yeah.
It was really good, Madhuji. Especially I was recently learning a little more of the theta and delta stage for a lot of mental health illness. Apparently, the doctors are also psychiatrists are trying to get the patient into that stage.
Mindfulness. Yeah.
And they have some kind of a thing that they put on their head and encourage them to go into theta. Apparently, that's like instead of medicines and all.
Yes.
So I
Yes.
was exploring that.
Wow, beautiful. Yeah, we will talk more about it, but it is mostly when we how we are going to be coherent. The part that where the brain and the heart starts working together. So these two parts have to come into, coherence, working together. What your heart feels, the mind also should work according to it. Then the energy increases. So that is what we are going to learn tomorrow about the heart. But today it was just about how the brain perceives things,
Yeah.
what happens, how the memory is. Like when I was telling you all to go into your childhood, the first day of your school or first school, how many of you remembered? Can anybody tell me? How many of you remembered? Masters, come on, raise your hand. Uh, as if I was talking and you were into that theta state. Oh, alpha state. Yes, Minaji.
Thank you, Madhuji, for sharing this information. It's very useful, and I can also correlate certain things. It's good to know about alpha, beta, gamma.
Mhm.
You know, Still like it's new all the time. Not new, but I have heard, but I forget.
Yes.
Right?
The
But
only the part that we need to understand is basically
right.
how the brain is going to work. I just wanted to show a inner picture of how the brain
Yes.
anatomy is, but also more about the waves that how they work and how we start. See, there are a lot of things. We have gone into chakras also, but if you want, we can go into chakras later on. But at this time, today we just wanted to talk about brain and how it works and how it sends electrical impulses and then how it is basically we receive information, we perceive, we see through our eyes, we hear, our brain, the frontal part starts processing it. We start connecting with the higher mind, the higher understanding. And then as we go into, the meditation part, many things that we have perceived, we start processing, basically, putting categorizing everything and we start receiving understanding, then we get this ability of whatever your ability skill is that comes in
Right.
the forefront to help you understand. Either it can be intuition, it can be telepathy, it can be you know your abilities, even prophesizing also. You most of the time with intuition you basically have an understanding that okay, this intuitive message is telling me not to take that step or not to go there or to go there or do this, do that. So
Right.
basically you're also in a very smaller way, we are with these intuitive messages, we are getting the answer. Sometimes when we are in that theta state, we receive some message. Like
Hmm.
some days back, I think this was the message in the Hindi group, I think I got. Don't put all your eggs in the basket, in one same basket. It was during the Easter time. And I was very surprised. Later on, I gave the message, but later on, I also understood that guides are talking in terms of Easter also. Because here we have Easter Sunday. And that time, I think before that, we have the Easter thing, Saturday. We had this on Easter Saturday, right? So anyway, the point is we receive messages during that time. So our brain processes
Yes.
everything. But I hope you
Like,
got some understanding today, right?
yes, yes. Like we receive messages, but it is our ability. How do we decode them and
Yes,
understand them?
yes,
Right? Like sometimes you give so many nice messages. Sometimes it clicks us right away. Sometimes it doesn't, right?
yes.
So, but we understand. Yeah.
Thank you.
That's
Thank you so much, Minaji. Yes, Asha ji.
आत्मवंदन मधु जी और सभी को आत्मवंदन।
वंदन।
मधु जी, आपने जो बोला ना, वो पहले बास्केट का बोला, वो आपने पहले इंग्लिश में ही बताया, बाद में हिंदी में बताया, हिंदी सेशन
थैंक
में।
यू, थैंक यू।
और दूसरा मुझे बताना था कि आपने जो ये सब बताया, ब्रेन और इसका थीटा और डेटा डेल्टा सब ऐसा सब जो बताया, वो
Yes.
एक बार सुना है, अभी वापिस आपने रिवीजन किए है और मैंने स्क्रीनशॉट लेके रखे है, ताकि मैं पढ़ूंगी और बाद में पक्का करूंगी। तो
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल।
ग्रेटिट्यूड ग्रेटिट्यूड ग्रेटिट्यूड।
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Asha ji. Yes, it really helps. So just understanding actual, don't have to go too much into detail, but just wanted to bring that in front of you all so that we understand the workings of the brain, how it works, and when we are working with your heart and brain together, how will it work? What happens? How you can manifest? So we know all the waves now, how the brain works, and when we are in the wake state, we are at this beta state. When we are in basically in that coming out of sleep, we are in that alpha state. But when we go into meditation, that time we are in the theta state, the deeper states. When we are going and we have good flow of work, when we are totally concentrated, the peak performance comes into the time when we are actually, it can also be very healing. It can heal you, that gamma state also. Okay. So mind you, master, sometimes people do say it's not easy to go into that frequency. Yes, it is not easy, but with your energy meditation, you can do that. I have healed many of the issues with that state. Okay, gamma state. That's what I felt. Yes, Pushpaji. Welcome back, first of all. You were in Japan, you said?
Yes, Madhuji, thank you so much. Yes, I was in Japan and I've been a little sick for a while, but I'm still attending your session. But it was hard for me to talk also. But thank you so much. It was such a nice, wonderful message about the brain. And Japan was a wonderful trip. One has to go. Everyone must go. Japan.
Send me
It's
some
such a
pictures.
wonderful trip.
Send me some pictures. I would love to see.
Yes, I will do that. And my question is, I was just wondering, computer versus brain. The brain has a very, very high powered
Yes.
hertz. What is the computer's level?
I don't know. It can be much higher, much
Computer's
higher.
level must be way lower than brain.
No, it would be lower, but what I'm saying is in the terms of how it processes, see, now we have AI and all those
Yeah,
things.
yes.
They can measure emotions, or they can understand emotions. Lot of that is why some people, not some people, but many of the people, they don't want the AI to take over, because if that AI takes over, it would be very difficult for all of us. Just imagine, we perceive things, and we process emotions. We understand that small nuances of our emotions, small things, But the AI nowadays, artificial intelligence, has been created, and they are taking over.
But they are with everything but the soul. See?
Yes, the soul.
They don't have the
That
feelings
is
like what we
what,
have.
but that is what I'm saying. That has also been taken over now. That is what
Oh, really?
Oh, really? You should see. Have you seen Lucy, the movie Lucy? You should
Lucy, no, I haven't.
see. Scarlett Johansson is there. You should see that movie, Masters.
Lucy?
Lucy. I'll show you one second. Give me a moment here, because I have seen in bits and pieces. My husband was playing it, so while working, I did see it. So
It used to be I Love Lucy, remember?
yeah, I Love Lucy. It's not this, but this is what.
I know.
Here it is. So you should see this movie, Lucy. It is also very much, understanding about, see, this is super high, basically.
Wow.
This is Scarlett Johansson, and this is the movie. So,
Wow.
science fiction action film written and directed by Madhu Soni.
Yes, I will see that. Thank you so much.
Lucy, the first human. Okay, that's the other thing that I've written down here. So that's a little bit of story, when a boyfriend tricks Lucy into delivering a briefcase to supposed business contact, the once carefree student is abducted by thugs who intend to turn her into a drug mule. She is surgically implanted with a package containing a powerful chemical but it leaks into her system. giving her superhuman abilities, including telekinesis and telepathy. With her former captors in pursuit, Lucy seeks out a neurologist, Morgan Freeman, who she hopes will be able to help her. Well, this was not totally about AI, but just wanting to let you know. So many things are there that are now being created, and that is why many people they don't like to. Yes, it would be good that if Nuja ji talks with us. Nuja ji, go ahead. Unmute, sorry. Yeah. And then we can go into meditation after.
Yeah. No, in right now, there's that AI thing, they're using, asking us scientists also to include in our work. But one thing that was interesting is if we all use Alexa or Siri,
Yes.
that's already doing. The other day, my
Always.
friend was visiting and she and I were talking or something, and somebody, I think it
Automatically.
heard something and it said, I don't like it.
Oh my God.
And it was pretty scary because
Yes.
it was just to who, like, they just listen, or even if you look at that,
Yes, it
right?
happens
So
sometimes. Yes, it do.
yeah,
It does.
yeah.
I do also have Alexa at my home, and when I say so, we change the name of Alexa. We don't want Alexa to have a name Alexa because anyone can use that, and we don't want. But the point is, whenever there is a huge like a high sound, high pitched sound at my home, because sometimes things fall, things happen.
Yeah.
We are children are playing or shouting or whatever happens. The Alexa starts automatically, and we say we are not talking to you.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
And actually, there's places where somebody was fighting. There was a couple that was fighting, and the neighbors, it called the 911.
oh my
So
God.
sometimes you have to be careful with how it
Yes.
interprets and how much this is there.
Not
But
only
that's not,
that, yeah, very, very interesting point that you brought. So not only that, Masters, there's this thing on your this high-tech TVs now, television sets. So we have flat screen TV or the curve wala TV, all those TVs are there. And they have this inbuilt camera there, which records everything, which sees everything. So anyone can actually see you through that. Do you know that? So very important to know. So be very careful what you put in front of TV, how you put yourself in front of TV. And so nowadays the TV it can be accessed by anyone. There's even the government can hear you through TV. So very, very important. So
yeah. And
I
just one quick question, like in Spotify and all, nowadays you're getting this brown noise. I sometimes put it to sleep. And then they're giving actually this waves, you can switch on a particular one so that
yes,
you can
yes.
sleep if for sleep or something. So if
The
anybody
binaural
wants
beats,
to.
the binaural beats.
Yeah.
So that is also there. Yes, sometimes they are good. If you need to understand, like, how do you feel after that when you use it? Sometimes they can change your frequency to something that is not
Right.
okay. And I understood this because even when the frequency or the energies are not nice, something negative. So one time in one of the there was a session that was going on 2022, I believe. Yes, so that time we were all doing this meditation workshops and thousand number of people are doing that, and we were all connected. So that time what happened, I have put this intention. I am very I'm my intentions are so nice. I'm so thankful to the master that they give me these messages. So I put the message that masters, I whatever is not aligned with me and whatever is not good for me, take me away from there and don't connect me. The point was, and also please do always connect with my angels, my guides, whoever are there. So as soon as I start with that workshop, meditation workshop, my phone and my earphone headphone was totally charged. Everything was charged because of that workshop, because it will go for 2 hours straight. So I need to have that charging done before that, right? So all was done. So as soon as I put, and we were going into, and they were saying, okay, now allow this and that. So many affirmations were there, and we need to allow. So I would always say, whatever Patri sir says, I'm only allowing that. Whatever is good and it's good for me, for my well-being, or um, uh, to connect me with the higher dimensions, but it should be good. If that is in my soul plan, please let that happen, otherwise don't. So I had this intention, and whatever is not good, keep me away from that. So as soon as I put it, and they went into that affirmation, they were asking for allowing, and I was like, I did not say all those words, but as soon as we were going into deep, that some kind of frequency came, and my phone was discharged, everything was discharged, and I could not hear, I could not attend, nothing. Later on, I had this inkling that something wrong was happening. I had this inkling. I felt it. So that is why it switched off, because the guides did not want me to connect. So then I started asking around, because what they did was they asked every meditator not to talk with each other also. Don't discuss anything. Why? Because they wanted, like how we say this word, right? That fight and rule kind of thing, how this rule was there in the earlier olden days, that you should not talk to other, because otherwise the message will go, right? So if you discuss with each other, you will understand. We are humans and we feel certain things. We have this understanding, our brain processes, and we can receive the messages through the electrical impulses. The energy comes. So that energy that came, it actually just somehow it my the cell phone, the energy went away, it got discharged. Yeah, divide and conquer. So that is what I'm saying, Master. The point is, that is why I'm very wary of these huge workshops. I went and I saw, I felt that there was something. So I saw this one experience, that they are taking the spinal fluids and using that, taking out the spinal fluids through the astral surgeries. And that was not okay. So I did not allow that. And but that time I saw that and I asked also, they did not clear that. And so I understood. The point was that they were able to divide and conquer all of us, all the meditators. But when I started asking around, so I came to know that many people felt that, and my concentration during that time, that particular master was meditating, giving meditation classes, and I was not able to concentrate. Whenever she used to come, I was not able to meditate. And I was thinking, why this is happening? Why I can't meditate with her? She's a very known master. The point was, I could not. And then I started asking around because of this. And then later I found no one was able to concentrate because the energies of her were not okay. So then I left. I did not. The point is, you need to be, like, that is why you have a soul, you have a, processing power, your brain can process things. Very important, what you're feeling, your energy, your vibration will tell you, your head will tell you, your body will tell you how you're feeling when you're continuing with that workshop. So anything, whoever is in front of, not only workshop, but if any person is there, some people are sucking your energy. You don't even understand, taking advantage of you. You don't even understand. So very important. Anyway, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Neerja. Thank you, Pushpaji. Let's go into meditation, Master. So let's now begin. Take your position, and so we are already, I'll go for 30 minutes of meditation, Masters. I know it's time, high time, but I hope it needed. This time was needed today. Anyhow, take your position, sit cross-legged, Masters, clasp your hands and fingers, close your eyes, and breathe in. So as we are breathing in today, we learned about brain and its working. So as you breathe in into your frontal lobe. That is the region where your forehead is present, and above your forehead, that is the part that processes information. You start understanding things. The eyes receive this wonderful life force energy in the form of breath. So connect your eyes, your ears, your nostril, your sinuses, your jaws with this breath energy. Relax your face, facial expressions with your life force energy that comes in through your nostril in the form of breath. Breathe in into your brain, all the parts of your brain, your higher brain, your smaller brain, your cerebellum, your brainstem. Breathe in into your neck, throat, your voice. As you are relaxing, as you go into meditation, Masters, at this time you were in the high beta state. You were concentrating. But now we are going to go into alpha. So slowly and steadily, as you breathe in, try to go deeper and deeper with each and every breath. The deeper states won't be achieved until you relax your body and mind. Still, you might be thinking about a lot of things that have been spoken at this time before meditation. So, slowly and steadily, as you breathe in deeply, and when you release through your mouth and imagine that you're releasing any heavy, dense energies of thoughts, stress out through your mouth, out through your nostril, as if in a way you are saying that you are relaxing your body. This heavy, dense energy transmutes into positive, golden, relaxed energy, peaceful energy. As you breathe in, you are bringing this peaceful, golden, vibrant, healthy breath energy inside your brain, inside your face, inside your sinuses, inside your throat, inside your body, inside your spine, your hands, your chest, your heart and lungs. All throughout your body, you receive this breath energy. So breathe in and breathe out. As you breathe in, your body absorbs this wonderful life force energy. And as you breathe out, you release anything that is not aligned with your mind, body, and soul. You release any tension, stress, and you become more relaxed and peaceful. The whole day or the whole night, your body, mind, and soul goes through so many things, thoughts, processes, memories, perceptions, good and not so good. So many challenges, obstacles. But as you get into meditative states, as you get into relaxed states, your body heals, your mind heals, your soul also receives the food that is meant for the soul. The food for the soul is your meditation. So as we go into meditation, even the soul also heals. The stress that we go through, our soul also receives the stress due to a lot of stress in our lives, challenges, things that we don't like, we are hurt, trauma, pain, or emotions. Our soul also becomes tired. Our soul needs this rest, comfort. When we go into meditation, we receive this. Our soul receives this comfort. We need this comfort food in the form of meditation, like how our body needs the comfort food when we are in fever, when we have cold and cough. The body needs some liquid diet, very similar to that. This meditation that we do, when we start breathing in, breathing out, Anapansati meditation, this is very healing to your mind, to your body, to your brain and your soul. So deep breathing masters at this time, form a rhythm with your in-breath and out-breath. As you go deeper and deeper with your breath, if you feel any thoughts coming at this time, I ask you to just observe them. Don't think about them. Just observe them and let go of them and breathe in deeply. Don't be judgmental at this time. Don't even be judgmental and critical about how many thoughts are coming. Let them come. These thoughts are coming because they need that processing. They're coming, let them come. You just take care of your breathing. So breathe in deeply. Feel this incoming breath inside your eyes, inside your heart, in your arms. Breathe in again and feel this in-breath into your arms. Breathe in deeply and feel this expansion happening inside your abdomen. How do you feel? Feeling is the key at this time. The feeling of bliss is what you will feel as you breathe in deeply. And as you breathe out, you again release this heavy energy. You empty yourselves, your lungs, your abdomen. You empty your brain. Let the thoughts pass. Let go, release, and relax. So, breathe in, masters. Take your time. Every breath will help you. It had always helped you. It will help you again. It will heal you. Let your body go through into the theta state as you go deep, deep within yourself. Tell your body to relax. 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 All is okay. Everything is okay. And whatever is not okay will be okay. You just breathe. And as we go deeper, and as you breathe in, your whole body is feeling this blissful energies of breath from head to toe. At this time, let us ground our energies with Mother Earth. Take a deep in breath, and as you breathe out, imagine your feet, your lower half part of the body is connecting with Mother Earth in the form of roots, which are traveling deep inside Mother Earth, anchoring itself. Feel this connection, masters. And as you connect with Mother Earth, give her your regards and ask her to stabilize you, ground your energy. This time, the body has become steady. If your body is not steady at this time, still moving, I ask you all to make less movement, breathe in deeply, and slowly bring your visual energy or your vision energy, your visions totally steady on your third eye region, the area between the eyebrow and forehead. Keep your vision steady, focused with closed eyes, and breathe in deeply, softly, and slowly, and breathe out slowly, steadily as well. As you breathe in and breathe out, concentrate on every incoming breath. Try to expand this awareness as you breathe in deeply. Feel the bliss in that second as you are breathing in. And as you are breathing out, again feel it and explore that part. And keep yourself steady. Let the energies flow through your crown. Let it touch your tailbone, your Muladhara chakra, and then let the energy rise up from each and every chakra. Let your spinal column feel the rising of the energies going inside to the spinal column, into your brain, and touching the crown. And as you do that, the crown chakra is activating and helping you connect with the source energies, the universal energies of the cosmos. my dear masters. Now, very slowly, let us all come back into our body consciousness. Very slowly, start feeling your body. Start sensing each and every part from head to toe. Before you come into your senseful consciousness, your body consciousness, let us give our regards to Mother Earth for grounding and stabilizing our energy. Giving thanks and regards to the cosmic world out there, giving us the cosmic energy, the universal energies coming into us. Thanks to the breath energy, the life force energy that Mother Nature gives us. As you inhale deeply, as you inhale softly, your whole body has been rejuvenated, relaxed, have become more peaceful, calm. We all have become centered and focused. Much clarity have come in. We have absorbed so much of good energy. Every breath has brought so much bliss into our body, mind, and soul. Thank you to all the group masters who are present here today. Thank you so much, each and everyone, for this togetherness, for the group's energies. Thank you to our own self, our own being. So as we slowly feel our body, slowly and steadily, masters, unclasp your hands. Feel your toes, your hands, your feet. As you unclasp your hands, keep your hands, your palms on your eyes for 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Very slowly, masters. You can all come out whenever you feel ready and comfortable, everyone. You can give a big hug to yourself. Breathe in deeply and say this to yourself, that I am love, I am peace, I am bliss. I accept myself, I accept the love that I have for myself. I love myself, I love and accept everyone. Within me and around me is love, and I love everything about myself and others. Thank you so much, Masters. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So, very happy to have you all here today. So, if anyone wishes to share, you can. I'll just take a pause if you want to. And if not, then definitely we can end the session, Masters. How was your experience? And if you want to say, you can. Otherwise, we can end the session. So, Masters, we'll talk tomorrow about the heart coherence, heart. Okay, Masters. Thank you so much, everyone. So let's end the session then. If there are no questions and no sharing, we'll meet tomorrow. May we all be happy, healthy, and vibrant. May we meditate regularly with our individual self and with the group energies, as well as let us teach meditation to everyone, awaken everyone, and do your inner work regularly, Master. So thank you so much. Abhimanyu ji, you wanted to say something? I know I just ended, but I feel that gratitude. Yeah, thank you so much. But still, if you wish to, because today it was your subject on brain.
So
How
in
do
between,
you?
I had to no, I had to go to assembly in between for those 10-15
Yes,
minutes
I
for that
understand.
announcement and all. But
Mhm.
it was amazing because the practical working of the brain This is really important. This is something which we don't even teach in subject. Like we taught them, even as a teacher, I talk, we talk about the anatomy, we talk about
The
but
insights
this
of,
which you taught is something which is real life kind of like implementation of the part of it.
yes, how
So
your
this
brain
was
works and
something.
how, yes, yes.
Yes. In fact, I will also like in coming session, maybe you'll be adding these how the thought process works, how the chemical works
How
when
about
we
you take
think.
one class? How about if you have thought about it, how about you take that, because you are already a biology teacher. I know maybe it is not your subject, brain maybe, but still.
Right. So what I'll do is, if I have to take any day will be comfortable, no problem at all.
Yeah,
I'll make one nice small presentation. There is a book called "You Are the Placebo"
yeah,
by
you are the
Joy
best.
Dispenza.
Yeah, Joe Dispenza's book.
That book beautifully explains the function of quantum mind, how the brain actually works
Yes.
with the all these in detailing in practical life. This is something like which is not information. This is something which is the wisdom which is coming when we actually implement the knowledge into every action which
Wow.
we take, a
Mm-hmm.
small action. So I'll try. I'll take.
Yeah, whenever you're ready with that subject, let me know. I'll put and whenever you have time, I know whenever you have holiday, because this time is your work time basically, right? So I understand. So we'll talk about that when to put the session. So because it would be wonderful, right? So thank you so much, Abhimanyu ji. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. So we'll meet tomorrow, everyone, and we'll talk about the heart coherence then, how your heart works, and not only heart, but how does that energy is being radiated through your heart? What happens? So little bit about that, and then we'll talk about later on, if we have time, we'll talk about the brain and heart working together. Then we'll also talk about how your brain, like how your mind and your heart, your higher heart and higher heart chakra works. So we'll little bit talk about that. But thank you so much, everyone, for joining me and joining the session. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone. For masters who are from US, for people who are in India, have a wonderful day and spend your day fruitfully well. Enjoy your day, masters. Thank you. Thank you so much.